mate. How are you, Ken?
Hey, Clint.
Good to see you, mate. Well, listen, I've just been over at Greenville, and I've got to tell you, I'm very impressed. First-class operation. The quality that goes into my products, the craftsmanship, the employees, they really care over there. It's great to see.
Well, I appreciate it. I'm glad you came over. Brian and Robbie do a great job over there, and we have a lot more to show you here today.
Well, good. Let's get after it. You lead the way.
Let's go.
Ken started me off in the rope-making area. Righto, mate, where are we going?
Well, this is where the process will start as far as the rope making. This is our string department.
Right.
And what we have here is a producer packages, and this is how we receive it in raw material. And this is a nylon material. It is a 1260 denier. It's a 210 filament nylon. And what we'll do is we'll ply that and then cable it, and then we'll go to the winders, and that'll be the final stage of the string.
So what's all this through here then?
What we have here is the krill. This is where we'll take that producer packages and we'll put it up on top, on the side of this krill.
Right.
We have pegs on here. We'll take two of these here. We'll twist two of these together. We'll string them up through this heat set deal here, and then we'll go into the string machine, and this is where the first stage of the nylon process takes part as far as rope making. The first place that we stopped was in the string department, and we started out with the raw material. What I was showing him in there was we can give it more twist, less twist. We can add different deniers to each other to make a certain size of string where other people aren't able to do that. After this process, it takes around 3.5 hours, and then we'll take it from here and we'll take 3 of these spools and put together, and that's called the cable. That's the S-twist. Now that we just witnessed the first step of string making,
yes,
there's 2 more steps that we've got to do, and this is the second step. And what we do here is we take 3 of those spools that we were twisting up over on the other machines, and we put them up on top of here, and we run them in string. It's almost the same procedure, but what we do here is we twist it in the opposite direction to hold that first twist in.
So this is what makes it nice and tight?
Yes, sir.
Very good.
And after that process there is a final twist, is what we do is we'll bring them over here, and depending on the way they're coated and marked, we'll put them on the winders over here. It gives them a nice package, and this is how we give the rope maker. This is how they'll start out with the ropes. Okay, now we finished in the string department. Now we're going to go into the rope department and see how the ropes are made.
Okay.
We've got 5 rope machines here, and this is where it all begins, right here. In the rope making process, we'll start out with spools on a rack, but we'll put anywhere from 3 spools to 8 spools up there, depending on the size of the rope.
Are they all making the same rope?
All make different ropes. We've got certain machines that make head ropes, heel ropes, calf ropes, kid ropes, and so on. So every rope machine is different. And as what we do here is we take and we'll put up 8 spools up there. Is what he's going to do here. He's going to tie off, string around the hooks, and he's going to drag it back to the back.
So he's on this machine, he's dragging it back, and then
yes, sir.
What happens?
Then when he gets back, when he reaches the back of the machine here, he's going to hook it onto one hook, and then he's going to go forward and tie it off. This is where he's going to hook onto this back hook. He's going to go forward now, and then he's going to tie off, and then he's going to start his front hooks only.
So when does it spin it all together?
He's going to start the twist right now. Once he ties off right there and ties his knot, he's going to half hitch it on there a couple times, and then he's going to start his twist. Tightens the ropes up, make sure the string's nice and tight, starts his front hooks. Now he'll go back to the back, and then that's where he'll wait, and that, depending on how much weight and how much twist, that's how we get our lay of our rope. We have 30-footers, 35-footers, and 28-footers, and kid ropes that are 25-foot. So now what he's doing here, he's just going to wait on the machine to do its job. Right now, those front hooks are just twisting and twisting and twisting. He's going to get tighter, and the only thing that's going to take him forward is the twist. It's getting tighter, so it's going to draw him up. So he's going to go up the machine, and when he gets to a certain point, he's going to turn on his back hook, and then that's going to push him down the machine, and then that's how the twist goes.
How long does this whole process typically take?
It's around 2.5 minutes from start to finish. and it's the resistance of the rope machine itself too that makes the lay of the rope.
Twisting right there.
Yes, sir. He'll stop his front hooks, back hook, tape it off, release the pressure of it, then cut it loose and start again. Each rope maker will build around 140 to 160 ropes per day, per shift.
Clinton on a rope machine, he probably should stay on a horse because it wasn't a pretty sight.
Got a bit of go to it, doesn't it?
Really, as finesseful as he is and amazing as with a horse, with equipment, he's 5 thumbs.
For how long do I push it? I go around like that? Now what do I do? Uh-huh.
It's a rough ride for him.
I just keep it off the ground.
It was rough for us to watch too, but we gave him the chance.
Righto, righto. Okay. So press it. Do I touch it or not? You sure?
No,
Make up your
down.
mind. It's a damn stressful job, I gotta admit. My fingers are dug into the damn, like a damn cat. Let me just fly that son of off. I gotta tell you, that was one of the most stressful rides I've ever had. I don't like riding anything that I can't do a one-rein stop on, mate, that's for sure. Dallas,
How was the rope making?
it was very stressful, I gotta tell you, it was very stressful.
So you're not going to give up horse training?
No, I'm not gonna
rope
give
making?
up horse training anytime soon.
You probably ought to stick to horsemanship and not rope making. After we finish with the rope machines, then we'll take them into the wax room.
And the reason we wax a rope is because in its raw state, if you'll take it and bend it, it's like a piece of wire. It'll stay
Okay,
there.
it stays like that.
So if you wax it, that's where the rope comes alive and gets its memory, and it'll go back to where it was at.
And that's what they're doing here,
Yes,
is that
sir.
right? So these have been in this wax for how long?
For 10 minutes, 300-degree wax for 10 minutes. What he's going to do now, he'll knock off the excess wax as it's up there on the holders, and then he's going to take them over here to the stretcher, put them on the stretcher, stretch them, and then that's where he's going to pop off the excess wax off of there, and that helps the rope cure right there. So he's going to put them on the hooks here.
The wax will penetrate the rope, and that's where the rope will come alive. That's where it gains its memory and its body and its life.
So that's stretching it right now.
Yes, sir. Now he's going to pop them. And they'll stay on the stretcher, like I said, for 8 to 9 minutes, and then that's when he'll do it over there. When the bundle's finished, then they'll take it into the tie room. And then that's where they'll finish the rope up.
Hey, mate, how are you?
Good.
Good to see you.
How's the tour so
He's
far?
been taking good care of me, showing me all around the place, and I know enough about the rope industry that I'm too useless to get involved. I'm going to stick to what I do, and you stick to what you do. Thanks a million, Dallas. I appreciate it, mate. Ken, what have we got going on?
We're going to head over and show you how ropes are tied.
Let's do it.
Okay, Clinton, you got to see how we wax the rope, so now we're going to take you in here and show you how we finish the process. So after we wax the rope, the first step is that we bring the rope back here and tie the crown knot.
Huh. That looks like a damn complicated knot, I must admit that.
Well, he makes fast work out of it, that's for sure.
He does do that.
This is a very important knot because this knot will actually hold the eye in place whenever we tie the Honda in the rope.
Okay, so it's got to be done correctly.
Done correctly, and you can see it's all done by hand.
How many knots can you tie in an hour? 100 an hour. 100 an hour. That's pretty impressive.
Well, after he cuts off the loose end, he takes the burner and burns the nylon down where it's nice and smooth. It makes it a nice clean knot that's going to end up holding the set for the Honda whenever we tie the rope.
It's virtually impossible for this knot to come undone at this point.
It's there. Okay, Clinton, after Carlos ties the crown knot, he passes them off over here to Rhett, and Rhett is going to tie the eye in the rope. It's very important that the eyes be tied straight and that they're all the same size. Every rope has the same Honda.
Right, a Honda, yeah.
Tied in the rope.
Okay. What is the stick for?
It's the measurement device so that he can make sure that every one of them are started in the same spot.
Right.
We want them to be perfect.
Right, yeah, I can understand that. I'm really picky about my halters. Every halter's got to be exactly the same for whatever size they're making it for the horse.
That's right. We have to remember, too, that these are a professional tool, aren't they?
Yes.
These are competitive lariats, and our customers are picky for a reason because they're competing for money. But this is just one more way that we can ensure that they get the great quality every time.
Very good.
Team ropers are individuals, and every individual has a different preference for feel. And that's why we make over 25 different ropes within Classic and Rattler rope brands. Clinton, I'm going to hand you off the call now. We're going to go through the Classic Equine part and show you the pads.
No worries. Thanks a million, mate. Catch up with you later. Carl, good to see you, mate.
Good to see you, too.
Saddle pads have been made for hundreds of years, but at Classic Equine, we take the approach that traditional products can be improved upon, and we use today's technology to do that.
We pulled out the pieces to build your PRS foam pad. I know that you prefer and ride most of the time.
Yes.
The PRS pad is just one of the solution-oriented products that we've made for Clinton.
The template is actually an exact cutout of what the pad shape is, so that we know that when we click it out on the die press, exactly where the insert needs to go. Swing this out of the way.
Clinton came to us really early on in our relationship and had built the model, identifying a problem that he has experienced with horses becoming sore in the wither area.
This is the reason why I designed this pad, is that a lot of saddles put way too much pressure on the horse's bars, which causes a lot of the dry spots, or if it gets bad enough, they get sores and they'll get white hair on their withers. So cutting this out relieves a lot of that pressure, and that's why I designed and used this pad.
And the cutout design was his brainchild. We do that exclusively for him. And it's another one of the products that Clinton and his team use every day at their ranch.
Since this is the very last step, we're going to have you sit down in the chair and give it a whirl.
Okay, believe me, you're going to need to be here to coach me through this. Okay. Oh, damn it. Okay, so what is it? Oh, damn it.
I'm glad I don't have to
reverse on this?
No reverse.
There's no reverse.
We had Clinton sit down and try to fill in for the seamstress.
Around again?
Just right there to that one.
And it didn't go that great, I'll be honest with you. He tried to sew the center leather piece that connects the two sides of the pad together, and it pretty much looked like a 3-year-old sewed it on there.
I'm going to have to pay for this pad, aren't I?
Yeah, this one is
This one's not sellable, is it?
$165.
$165 pad, and I screwed it up. So let me just see if I can take care of that now. Do you take credit card?
I don't.
You won't even take credit cards from me, right?
No.
Let me see if I can.
I don't know if you're credit card.
You know, in a way, Clinton had a lot to lose from coming in our shop and setting himself up to jump on a rope machine and jump in and try to build one of his own saddle pads.
100
Hell, that's close enough.
40. Hang on.
I'll pay for the rest of it.
Yeah, I'm just broke.
You had a
now.
bad night
You
at the bar.
bastards broke me.
Everything he does, he is a perfectionist. He expects a lot of himself. So it was fun to see him let down and allow us to make a little fun of him and him to make a little fun of himself.
You owe me a beer. You just made me look really bad. Thank you, mate. Good luck to you.
It really meant a lot to all of our people for Clinton to come to the shop and see what we do. It means a lot to us that we've earned his respect over time to be able to create products for him.
Well, Ken, thanks a million, mate, for letting me come into your wonderful company at Equine to see how all of my products are made. You guys make a big difference in people's lives with horses, and I really thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for coming. We have had a lot of fun showing you around. We have a lot in common. You keep people in the game with what you do, with helping people enjoy their horses and get better use out of their horses. And we try to keep people in the game by giving them good product to go out there and ride and protect their animal, or equipment to use as their tool.
Yeah, great value for money, that's for sure. Thank you again.
You're welcome, bud. Speaking of tools,
Yes.
we got a couple of products here that we have absolutely no use for, and you've already paid for.
That's true. This is the pad that I absolutely butchered, but I'm going to take this home with pride.
And this, as bad as it is, has never missed one.
That is true. You know why this has never missed a steer? Because an Australian's never used it, that's for sure. Australians are so bad at roping, we couldn't rope the ground if we were standing on the roof of our house. Listen, Ken, thanks a million, mate.
You bet, Clint.
But listen, guys, I hope you enjoyed the show this week. Remember, my dad always told me when I was a kid, Clinton, you get what you pay for. If you pay for quality, you usually get quality. And that's what Equine brand delivered to me, and I deliver it to you guys. Take care of yourselves. I hope you enjoyed the show, and we'll see you next week, mate.